What's up, everybody? E-Rock the Red here, back with another helping of hot gaming news weekly action. We're talking about episode 31. All the news, all the stuff you need right here. Let's do it. New releases from last week. First up, we had Lost Words Beyond the Page for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. This came out on April 6th. Now, this game is really inventive and really beautiful. Basically what it is, you're going through a girl named Izzy's journal, and it's all about this beautiful land of Astoria, full of fantasy. And what you do, you have to use the words in the journal to interact with the world around you. So really cool idea. Only get it if you know how to read, because I think that's going to be a big part of this. But, I mean, just look at it. It's getting great reviews, looks beautiful, and the premise seems very cool. Definitely keep an eye out for that one. It's currently at 76 on Metacritic, so, go check it out. Let me know how it is. And next up, we've got Oddworld Soulstorm. It came out also on April 6th for PC, PS4, and the PS5. This is the next in the Oddworld series. This one picks up right where New and Tasty left off. You're back controlling Abe, and you gotta do whatever it is you do in these games. I've never played one of these games. They've always looked strange to me, but this one is free on the PlayStation Plus this month, so I believe this will be the first that I play. My understanding is you can play it stealthily. You can play it with these minions where you arm them and send them out. So I really don't know what the game is, and I probably should have looked into that before recording this, but we'll find out together. It'll be so much fun. So if you've ever played an Oddworld game and you want to let me know what it's about, please leave a comment and let me know exactly what it is. It looks really cool, so I'll definitely check it out because it's free and it looks cool. Whether or not I like it, that's yet to be determined. And next on the list, we have Star Wars Republic Commando. Finally came out for the PlayStation 4 and the Nintendo Switch. Came out April 6th. Now, this is the game that it came out initially for Xbox and Windows back in 2005. What it is, it's a tactical first-person shooter. Basically, you give commands to your squad to try to, achieve your goals and solve the missions. It's never been on a Sony console or a Nintendo console, so this is your chance to get it. All the reviews I've read say go pick it up right now. It's only $14.99, so definitely go check it out. The graphics are a little aged, but from what I've read, the gameplay just makes you not even think about them. And lastly, it's not on the list. I mean, we got Rocket League Season 3 came out, Borderlands 3 Director's Cut DLC, but the surprise that everyone was excited for, Pac-Man 99 for the Nintendo Switch. They really just dropped this one on us. They're like, hey, this comes out today. Go play it. What it is, it's another one of these Battle Royale games using old Nintendo properties. So they did a Tetris 99, they had the Super Mario 99, and now we've got Pac-Man 99. And you basically play Pac-Man to try to be the last man or Pac-Man standing. And to do that, you not only have to avoid the ghosts, but you gotta attack the ghosts, because every time you attack the ghosts, you send jammers over to the other people playing. So there's tons of power-ups like speed boosts and sleeping ghost lines and all this stuff. I'll tell you right now, I'm terrible at this game. I'm terrible at all these 99 games. There's always these kids that pick it up immediately and are just crushing. But it was still a lot of fun. So I definitely recommend checking it out. It definitely provides a little bit of fun, and especially if you're a Pac-Man fan, this game is for you. All right, so that's it for our new releases from last week. Let's switch things up and see what has been happening in the world of video games this week. First thing, let's talk about E3 has announced that they will be having a show, but it will be entirely digital. It's going to be happening June 12th through 15th. So far, they've announced Nintendo, Xbox, Capcom, Konami, Ubisoft, Take-Two, Warner Brothers, Koch Media. Now, these are all early commitments, so they're saying to expect more, but there's a lot of big ones that we don't have listed here. Sony initially made a statement that they would not be attending. That was prior to this digital announcement, but I don't expect them to go. They had their own event last year. Same with EA. They did the EA Play, so they did not show up to E3. But, we'll see. There's still a lot of time. What the announcers for E3 have said is that it's going to be a lot of live press conferences and a 4-day long video stream with plans to excite the fans with major reveals and insider opportunities. The event will be entirely free. So put it on your calendar, June 12th through the 15th. Next up, a little bit of a bummer of news. Deathloop has again been delayed, this time to September 14th, 2021. Not much other than that announcement. Basically, they said that they're committed to quality and preserving their team's ambitions while ensuring the health and safety of everyone at Arcane. They'll be using this extra time to accomplish their goal to create a fun, stylish, and mind-bending player experience. So possibly setback due to COVID or any other things. But, we at least have a date. Hopefully they'll be able to make it at September 14th. And we get an awesome game. I'm very much looking forward to Deathloop. So I'm happy to wait as long as they put out an awesome game. Next up, we had a little bit of news in the Resident Evil world. First up, they announced this Resident Evil showcase to show off some new gameplay and make some announcements. They also announced that the Reverse, the Resident Evil 6-player deathmatch multiplayer game, would have a beta. Unfortunately, 7 hours after the launch of the beta, it was suspended. Basically, they're having matchmaking issues. No word on when it will restart, but that's the whole point of having a beta, to work these issues out. So good thing they figured that out. Unfortunately, for people that were looking forward to playing it, they got to wait a little bit longer. But hopefully it'll be back up and we'll get an extended time with the beta. In addition to that, people have noticed that Resident Evil Village demo files have been put on servers, so expect an announcement and hopefully a release of a new demo very, very soon. So not sure if it's going to be the one that was initially released for the PlayStation 5, now on PlayStation 4 and PC and Xbox, but time will tell. Next, we got an announcement of a brand new PlayStation 5 exclusive coming sometime later this year, a game called Abandoned. This is put out by Sony and the developer Blue Box Game Studios. It's a first-person shooter horror survival game where you're lost in a forest and you have to figure out why. Supposedly, there's a huge focus on realism for this. So, wounds will affect you in a specific way. If you're out of breath, you can't fire your gun. But it's, and on top of that, there's this crazy monster spirit thing trying to get you. So, sounds fun. Sounds like it's a good year for horror games. But, yep, we'll see. It's very early on this one. Very little announced. But I'm excited to put this one on my radar. All right, let's keep this horror theme moving right along. New game announced called Ghosts, set to come out February 22nd of 2022 for the PC, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch consoles. This is a full motion video game, like you're controlling a movie, like you're watching a movie, but it's like a choose your own adventure thing. This one sounds very interesting. They're trying to pull a lot off with this one, so we'll see how it works. Basically, you play as these ghost hunters. It's a TV show, and you control what the ghost hunters do. Some cool twists. You can only play the game after 10 p.m. your time. If you play it earlier, there's like a different version of the game. And then if you shut the game off for any reason, your characters die a gruesome, horrible death. Very interesting ideas. This is written by Jed Shepard. He recently wrote a popular Zoom horror movie called Host, and I guess these are the stars of that. Not sure what it is, but I just put it on my list to go check out because supposedly it was very well received. But keep an eye out for this game. Currently, there's a Kickstarter going to help fund it more. So if you're at all interested, go check out the Kickstarter and see what you could get. Another game announced this week, Path of Exile 2, set to come out sometime in 2022. Now, for anybody who's a fan of the original, you'll know exactly what to expect with this one. But now with enhanced graphics and lighting, and with new weapons, new gameplay styles, basically it's a role-playing game like Diablo, but with a much steeper learning curve. I tried to play it and it was intense. I unfortunately had to stop after like 10 minutes of not understanding what was happening or the menu system. But fans of the game love it. You know, you start at the bottom and then you get here. No, you start at the bottom, you got to find armor, you got to find weapons, you got to do all this stuff to get to a point where you're powerful and you could take down the biggest bad guys. But if you're a fan of Path of Exile, I'm sure you've heard this news and are excited to get this sometime when it comes out in 2022. And lastly for the week, a little game called Lightbringer was announced for the Nintendo Switch and PC. I thought this game looked adorable. After all the horror and scary stuff we talked about today, let's end it on a nice note with Bringing of Light. What this is, it's a poetic adventure puzzle platformer with a little bit of combat mixed in. You're guided by your missing sister's spirit in this game, and you have to find her, cleanse the corruption, and bring the light. You know, just bring it, as they say, as The Rock says. But I just thought, you know, it looked gorgeous. The puzzling and the platforming looked really well done. You know, this should be a good one to pick up and play on the Nintendo Switch or throw in to play a few minutes of on your PC. Keep an eye out for this. No other information about when this one will be coming out, but, you know, keep an eye out. All right, and that's it for our Journey Through Gaming News Weekly, episode 31. Thank you so much for checking it out, coming, talking video games with me. Let's do it again next week. What do you say? Same time, same place. We'll see you then. Bye.